In this week's Events Roundup, we have 6 stories from our MM communities in Nigeria and South Africa. While 2 orphanages in Nigeria are the venues of our 2 MM Gives Back events. And Guider Emil San Juan will also be with us with his Just My Opinion segment. To all our viewers around the world, this is MNC, your Mavro News channel. For this week's roundup, we start with another look-back story from our Nigeria community. On October 21st of last year, Guider Kasim Sani hosted an opportunity seminar at Sweet Sensation in Ifako, Bagada, Lagos State under the theme Live Presentation. After formally welcoming his guests of about 2,000 people, a video presentation about the ideology of and its history was shown. Afterwards, Guider Kasim took over and explained what the community does as a social network that connects the one who wants to donate to the one who needs the help. From there, he moved on to show them how the platform works through the provide and get help processes. He used the illustrations as he explained these concepts and did the same as he showed them the benefits that offers to members. He also showed them the steps in registering for a free account and the important parts of the personal office. Once all done, Guider Kasim then answered questions from the audience. The last part of the program was when Guider Kasim asked random questions about the things he discussed. This had his guests in frenzy as those who answered correctly received tokens from him. From Nigeria, we now move down to Republic of South Africa, where in the middle of February this year, Guider Timbinkosi Holongwani was able to invite 16 people for his offline presentation at the Maziza Primary School in KwaZulu-Natal.
But it represents
one of the things he focused on was how many can slowly help people attain financial freedom through its mutual donation program. Armed with just his laptop, he also introduced them to the cryptocurrency Bitcoin and the advantages of using it now in He told them that since it is a virtual currency with global usage, sending and receiving help internationally is now easier. Guider Timbinkosi also highlighted the ease of getting a Bitcoin wallet compared to getting a savings account on banks. He added that aside from ease of use any time of the day, using Bitcoin is convenient, safe, and secure. Transaction fees are minimal and that gives bigger donation reward for those who will use it. Because they were new to the concept, the audience asked during the Q&A mostly about Bitcoin usage in all of which Guider Timbinkosi answered thoroughly. 2 months later, on April 14, 2017, Guider Tokosani Sondi was at the Kwapara Secondary School in Pietermaritzburg for her own offline presentation. She only had 3 guests, but it was fine for her as long as she is able to spread MM's ideology. Like in her previous talks, she started it with a prayer of thanksgiving. From there, she was all business as she shared to her guests how Sergey Mavrodi founded and how it evolved to a global community of members exchanging donations. She also said that the community does not force people to join, but provides free membership to those who believes in its goal of giving its participants opportunity to gain financial freedom through its revolutionary program. In discussing the benefits, Guider Tokosani told her audience that the best way to maximize rewards in is for them to become guiders like her. She encouraged them to consider taking the 10-day online schooling for guiders should they decide to become a member of the community.
What does it really do to our community? The only thing that you do is a community of people helping each other financially, which simply means that when you've got spare money, what you do, you just, for you to join, you don't need a lot of things. It's only the spare money that you have that you don't want to use for that moment.
That was Guider Serene Mashando describing what MMM does during her talk about MMM at Epeleging in Suhero, Johannesburg last April 15, 2017. She started off by welcoming her invites and thanking them for the time they set aside just to listen to her presentation. She gave them the meaning of each letter in MMM and an overview of what the participants in the community does. One of the things she stressed on that day was the incident where Mavro were frozen and people were unable to withdraw them. She advised them that this freezing of Mavros would happen if there is an imbalance in the system wherein more people are asking for help compared to those who are providing help. Considerate of her guests' precious time, Guider Serene made her presentation brief and provided only the important details. And for those who are still thinking about it, she encouraged them to contact her for any questions they have about MMM. While Guider Serene Mashando was busy in Johannesburg that day, another female guider, Jabulisi M. Tetwa, was also engaged for her offline presentation. She was able to gather 10 people that day for her talk at a residence in Stanger, Kwadukusa, KwaZulu-Natal. Once her guests were comfortably seated, she gave her welcome and thank you message. Then she went on to discuss what MM means and how it was founded in Russia by Sergei Mavrodi. Guider Jabulisili added that in 2011, MM was relaunched as a self-managed global community of participants who provide help to each other with the aim of starting a new financial world order. Next topic she talked about was about the benefits each member gets from participation. She made the reminder that donations in the MMM community should only be done using one's spare funds. Guider Jabusili also showed them the registration process and the different parts of the personal office. Her presentation was over in just about 15 minutes, but she made sure that all of them were able to ask questions before ending her presentation. For our last story this week from South Africa, another woman is at the helm. This time it was Guider Lungili Tsongwas who shared to 7 people the beauty of MMM at the Tusong Community Hall in Umga, Baba on April 23rd of this year. She described MMM as a community of mutual aid donation exchange of selfless people helping each other out financially that was launched globally in 2011 and reached South Africa on February 2015. Guided by its ideology, she added that since 2015, it has been giving common people in their country the opportunity to taste financial freedom. She supported this by showing them in detail how the platform works and the benefits it offers to individuals who are willing to grab the chance and join the MMM community. Not a fan of hyping people, Guider Lungili reminded them a couple of times that they should only donate with their spare money, no matter how tempting the rewards are. She also discussed to them what risks are involved and the rules to mitigate these uncertainties. This week, our MMM Gives Back stories are all from our MMM Nigeria community, and it happened on November of last year. We start off with Guider Prince Atagoshi, who on November 10, 2016, organized a charity event for the children of the GBI Orphanage and Children's Center in Ibedai, Delta State. The shelter was founded in 1988, and since then, it has helped thousands of young kids to have a loving shelter to stay at. On that day, Guider Prince and his team gathered early to buy all the items they will be donating later. They bought grain, toilet papers, and health drinks and snacks that the children would surely love. Upon arrival at the center, the administrators and the children warmly welcomed them at the entrance. They unloaded the items they brought first before Guider Prince formally introduced himself and stated the purpose of their visit. He also made a short presentation on what MMM is and what it does before handing over the gifts they have for the children. The administrators of the center spoke next and thanked the team and the community for visiting them. He also offered a prayer for them before the short program ended.
I appreciate you as a body, but I've seen the need of caring the less privileged in society. I use this medium to appreciate the body once again for the mind you have caring for the less privileged. I pray that Almighty God will strengthen you to do His work and His will. Are you hearing me?
Thank
In Jesus' name.
you. Amen.
I pray that the organization will grow to the extent of the Bible says, whosoever has given to this one to eat and drink and belong to him, God. And the protection, he will protect such a person. And the provision is provide for such a person. The Lord will strengthen you to do more. The provision will provide for you as a body, and protect you as a body. I pray in Jesus' name.
That video clip was just one of the many happy scenes when Guider Ulo Onufi and his team of guiders visited the compassionate home on Gopolo in Port Harcourt, River State for a charity presentation last November 19, 2016.
Praise the Lord. You can also look on my shirt, you will see ability.
It was formally opened with a prayer of thanksgiving. Then each of the team members took turns to introduce themselves. They also asked some of the kids about their aspirations in life before they formally presented what MMM is and how it works. Once the presentation was over, the headmistress of the shelter stood up and thanked each member of the team for bringing gifts which included sugar, salt, soaps, and other essential items. She also extended her thanks to the MMM community for choosing the orphanage as its charity program. The team also thanked her for opening their doors so they can spread the spirit of giving the MMM way. And for their efforts, this is what the children had to say.
Great day everyone, my name is Emil and welcome to Just My Opinion. For this week's episode, we are going to discuss about the recent restart that happened in MMM Myanmar. To tell you honestly, I was not really aware of it until I was informed by one of the participants who joined there. It was a sad news for all, especially for the participants of MMM Myanmar structure. Everyone was shocked because we knew that they had a strong start. People call it the new Republic of Bitcoin, and thousands of new participants all around the world participated. So, what was the reason for the restart? It was mentioned in the announcement from the administration team that the main cause of it was the multiple accounts created by many participants. But they don't put all the blame to the participants. They admitted that some decisions from the administration also contributed to the restart. So, what can we learn from this event? Does it mean restarts are really difficult to prevent? Is there any permanent solution to avoid failures? Well, to tell you honestly, I don't have the answer either. If people will continue to join MMM just for the sake of personal gain, then maybe same thing will happen over and over again. The same thing applies to the administration team. If they will not learn from the past mistakes and if they keep on making bad decisions, then failures will become unavoidable. You see, teamwork is very important in the community. It's called community because there must be some unity. Unity among the participants and administration team. MM will cease to exist only if unity is not present. Failures will always be there, but if we are united, time will come that those failures will just become history. I'm not telling you to stay with MMM or participate again. It's your call. It's only you who can decide what to do. But if you still want to pursue your journey with this community, then do better this time. Pick yourself up and gather the people in your team with the same mindset as you. It is the fastest way you can recover from this situation. I hope that what happens now will bring lots of lessons to everyone involved. Restart is not a new thing to MMM. It happens in the past a lot of times. But as you can see, the community is still there. It still endures all the ups and downs. Maybe Brody wants us to realize that failure will always be there. What matters is not the failure itself, but the character we develop from the experience. Now, let me leave you with a very inspirational quote from one of my mentors. He said, "Life is not about how many times you fall, but it is how many times you stood up every time you fall." That's it for this week. I will see you again next week. This is Emil saying that remember that everything that I said in this video was just my opinion. Have a great day, guys, and bye-bye.
That ends another episode of our MNC, your Mavro News channel. To those who will be celebrating tomorrow, happy 4th of July. Enjoy your beer and fireworks. I am Mark. Always remember, together we change the world.